everyone. How are you? Welcome to this post results review session once again. And this is Rizwan Mania, and now this time with Sir Hassan Dasani. So we are together here from Dubai. And first of all, congratulations to all the students who passed in December 2022 session. Uh, Once again, obviously, students do work hard. There is a chunk that will pass the exam. There are students who were not able to pass. So don't be demotivated. This is a professional examination, and this happens. You need to learn from your mistakes, and that is why we always conduct this session so that within the given time frame we can help you maximum. And along with that, we all have separate orientation sessions as well, where you can further take the guidance from the tutors. So welcome all of you, the entire faculty of Vifhe. Welcome all of you as well. Let's now begin with today's session. So before I start, Sir Hassan, you can introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to tonight's session, and big congrats to everybody. For those who are not successful, it's very, very important that you learn from your mistake, you identify what was wrong, and do not blame the examiner, please, because the moment you take your own responsibility, you will be able to improve. And do attend the subject-wise discussion sessions in the coming week so that we can discuss specifically about your issues.
Okay, now let's begin the session. First of all, once again, a quick introduction about the entire faculty. So starting with Sir Hassan Dosani, the SBL specialist, as everybody knows, about his success and the students who pass by taking his classes. Followed by him is Munir Mohammad Shafi, is the AAA specialist at Vifhe. Along with him, it's Ahmed Mumtaz, who is teaching AA and AAA both at Vifhe. Khamis Bilal is a new addition to our team, and he is dealing with TX Urdu language paper at Vifhe, with Ali Amanullah also dealing with FR Urdu at Vifhe. Tashwita Gupta is dealing with English, SBR, and FR. Abil Ahmed is teaching ATX at Vifhe, both English and Urdu language. And myself teaching PM, FM, and APM. And Taha Popatia, I just missed Taha. Taha is an AFM specialist at Vifhe. Now, as always, we start with the passing ratios. Students are very much concerned always what the passing ratio is. So let's start our discussion with passing ratios first. You can see the list of the recent passing ratios with the comparative given, and that relates to September 2022. So I will ask individual faculty to very briefly discuss the passing ratio and the movement in the passing ratio. So I want first to start with Ahmed Mumtaz to please start with AA and AAA and quickly give idea about the passing ratios. Okay. We'll come to Ahmed Mumtaz later on, sir. Let's start with SBL first then.
Right, so SBL's passing ratio is 49%, and in the previous attempt, it was also 49%, so there is no change. And generally, there is no major movement in SBL's passing ratio, so that's good news. And SBL is amongst the few better subjects who has got a good passing ratio. So since there is no major change, there is nothing much to talk about in SBL. We just hope that this trend continues.
Okay. So now let's move towards Tashwita. Tashwita, you need to give your input in relation to FR and SBR both.
Yeah, so I hope I'm audible to you, sir.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay, so for SBR first, I would say there's a, you can say, reduction from 51 to 47%. That's quite a huge jump. And
Hello.
that's a negative jump. So of course, it's a thing to worry about, because now the format of SBR will be changing a little bit from September onwards. And the team has been indicating this again and again through the passing percentage as well. But I would say for this December session, usually the exam is little tricky, especially for SBR. So every time we do get a little less of the pass percentage in December. But I am very happy to tell that our students at Vifhe have got really good score, and many of them has passed SBR, and that is way too high than the global pass percentage. And for FR, it's good news from 50 to 51. Not a big jump, but still, that's a good indicator.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Ahmed, your voice is audible, so please you can start with double A and triple A.
Okay, Sir Rizwan, can you please confirm me? Am I absolutely clear?
Yeah, now you are.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. My bad. Anyways, first of all, good evening to everyone out there, and a big congratulations to all those who have aced the exam and those who have flunked the paper. Well, as Sir Rizwan just mentioned earlier, the the real challenge or the critical thing is to learn from your mistakes and try to identify what went wrong. If you could do that, you're a winner and you're not a loser. So when it comes to double A, the last time it was a mighty jump from 38% or 40% to 44%. Now it's back to the family, back to the normal, and unfortunately, it's down to 40%. Well, it was expected because that 44% was an unreal result. It was a mighty jump. So 40% is a very typical double A result. Well, as all the participants can see it clearly, that this 40% represents the lowest number when it comes to the skill level paper. So the double A is a painful paper for everyone out there. And as far as the triple A is concerned, well, that's a bad news for all of us, to be honest, because the triple A has gone down to 32% from 34%. Well, quite well, on the contrary, all the tutors were expecting it to rise because of the inclusion of the 20 professional skill exams, skill marks. Well, maybe because of the fact that tutors and the students didn't, maybe they were not fully ready for that. But we really hope so that triple A's percentage would rise in the upcoming attempt, because everyone is geared up for the 20 professional marks now.
Okay, thank you very much for the good overview of double A and triple A. Now, Taha, over to you for AFM.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
All right. So first of all, congratulations to everyone who made it through. You crossed the line. And those who were not able to make it to 50% marks, don't be disappointed. This session is for you. As far as AFM is concerned, AFM is one of the optional papers which has traditionally have a high passing ratio. And not to surprise everyone, it is again above 40%, which is a very good passing ratio, I must say, at this professional stage. So it is generally very high, and it is good enough this time as well.
Okay, thank you very much. Sir Abil, please confirm, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir, you are. Please, for ATX, quick overview.
First of all, in ATX, there's a decline of 4%, which is obviously not a good sign for the students and obviously for the tutors as well. I wasn't expecting decline in ATX because ATX is not the paper where decline should have come, but it is there, obviously. But Alhamdulillah, students at Vifhe, they perform really good. One of our students, mashallah, he got 84 marks, which is really good also. But again, it's approximately, it is still 40%, and near to 40% passing rate at professional optional paper is still very good. So ATX is a paper around 40%, 40 plus. I would say I'm still a little bit worried why there's a decline, but 39% means still it is very much possible paper, no issue at all.
I'll start with PM here. So the passing ratio performance management, this is a good thing that has gone up by 3%. Normally it's below 40%, so this is a good news for the students. FM almost remains the same. Itself, it's a very high passing ratio at 51%. So again, it's the same thing. So it's unchanged. For APM, there is 1% decline, but again, I observed today when I was getting the feedbacks from our students. So a lot of students have passed. So this is good that despite fall in APM percentage by 1%, but the students who took classes from Vifhe have passed APM in good numbers. So this is the quick overview of the passing ratios. These are the tentative percentages. The final percentages will be published by ACCA soon. Now let's move towards the second segment, and that is of high achievers. This is a very important segment. The reason why we always emphasize on this segment is because you people need to understand that your friends, your colleagues are the one who have secured these marks. Because normally I always say this, that when teacher is giving you the guidance, students normally think that teachers, they always come up with something that is perfect, that is ideal. But, the students who are able to achieve these marks, these are just like you, these are normal human beings, they are working or not working, but we need to know how they've achieved such high marks, good marks, and that is why this session is for you people. I have received a lot of feedback about this session from the students that this is a source of motivation for them. So maybe next attempt, your name will be here. So let's start very quickly. We have 7 students this time because, the time span is very short to collect the data. We were doing the entire hard work since morning to collect the maximum data. So these are the students who have achieved good marks and are above 70% at Vifhe. So I want now each and every individual tutor and the student to interact with each other, and tutor will definitely ask from the students what are the important things and what are the key things that the student did. So I hope all the students are in the session. Once I'll take the name, you need to unmute yourself, and then the teacher will interact with you. So let's start with AA here. Ahmed, you can please start conversation with the student.
Okay, so Miss Rama, are you here? Okay, yeah, you are. How are you? And many congratulations for a mighty 70 in a theoretical paper such as AA. So how was your experience with Vifhe?
Thank you so much, sir, for this opportunity. I'm so gladful that it was so good. And first of all, hi all. I am Ramalakshmi Ramalingam. I'm from Sri Lanka. I took AA lectures from Sir Ahmed at Vifhe. I did the exam on last December 2022 attempt and got the results today. I passed the exam with 70%, and I'm so thankful to Sir Ahmed for his support and guidance. Thank you so much, sir.
Well, you're more than welcome. Now, a quick word. How did you manage to score such a big number, 70? So what was the critical success factor? What made you score such a huge number?
According to me, AA will be very easier if Sir Ahmed is with you. Just I followed your plan and your tactics you gave us. I just attempt the question as you said. That's the main reason I got these marks. Thank you so much, sir. And the practice, do all the paper or just refer to your exam kit and it will be more than enough for you to pass the exam.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best for the rest of your ACC exams and even the life beyond it. So good luck, stay connected, and you are a star at Vifhe. So we hope to see you, and good luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank all the very best for everyone. Hope everyone gave your maximum and come up with colorful colors. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Over to you, Sir Rizwan.
Okay, thank you very much for the input. Now I want to invite Fahad. Fahad, if you can hear me, please confirm and unmute yourself. Fahad, if you can hear me, please.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Fahad. So
Hi, sir.
Fahad scored 83 marks in SBL. And in my long experience, 83 is crazy marks. So you must have done something which is different from other students. And I would like you to share what you have done to score 83 marks. So I would like to first understand whether you are a full-time student or a working student.
So I'm a working student, sir.
Really?
Yes.
I thought you were a full-time student in giving like 12 hours per day to SBL.
No. So I work with the PwC and I give around 2.5 hours for weekdays, and on weekends around 4 hours.
I see. So you used to study like 2 hours on a weekday and like 4 hours on weekends.
Right.
Right. And during the study phase, during the preparation phase, especially the last 30 days, would you like to share what was your plan, what you did, how you did your studies and preparation? Like top three
Sure.
things which contributed towards this achievement?
Yeah. So, sir, during the preparation, the three things which I thought is more important, and sir, the credit goes to you. So first things were the technique and the format which you gave us. So the formats, how we need to solve the paper, how we need to read the questions, how we need to understand what the exact requirement and the way to answer them. That was really helpful. Secondly, you always told us to focus on the time management. So every time I used to solve the paper or understand the question, I used to see how much I'm progressing on the time, whether I'm taking the same time or I'm gradually reducing it. And the third thing was hearing the feedbacks, not only the mistakes which I did on my part, but what the other students also did in the class, so that I can learn from their mistakes and do not repeat them during the exams.
Very interesting. And during the paper, like that 4 hours, like what exactly you focused on?
So the firstly, as you told us, like for the initial, I ran through the paper and I built a mindset like what I am in the situation, like I'm doing. Like I generated a business mindset, like this is my company, this is what I need to answer, this is the questions. Secondly, I stick completely to the format, so nothing more explicitly. If I'm getting the what we say, the uh, formats, the theory formats, we have some what we call that, the theories, Porter's 5 forces. If I am able to understand like this is a Porter 5 forces, then apply it. Else just keep a normal format, like if they have asked for a briefing note, then just stick to briefing note and answer the question in a understandable language. And third thing, keeping the time in mind. So I had a time track, like I'm starting at this time, this is a 20 minutes 20 marks paper, then I need to complete it by 1.8 per mark. And as soon as I complete the answer or I got the time ups, I move to the next question. So this really helped me to complete the question. And even I got 15 minutes in the spares, because one question was the bouncer question, which I just touched upon, write down, didn't stress upon much, and went through. So in the last, I got a 15 minutes. So the questions which I was having a good grip, I explained and elaborated more on those questions then.
I mean, you don't look that cunning and shrewd.
Yeah, sir. So this was my second attempt. So in the first attempt, I just got 48. So seriously talking, like the efforts were the same, but the only thing which changed in both this attempt was the technique and the format and the time management, and the credit goes totally to you, sir.
I think you really screwed the examiner this time.
Helpfully with your
So,
guidance.
I picked up two very interesting words. First was that you said that you you imagine yourself as a businessman while you are attempting the paper. I think that's a very good technique. The moment, students, they come out of their accountant mentality, then SBL becomes easier. You should think that it is your own business and what you will do if you are facing the problem in your own business. That's a very important thing. And the second thing I liked was the time management and the bouncer question, that you were monitoring your time very meticulously. And when your time was up, you actually left that question and you moved to the next question. Am I correct?
Right, right.
So you need a lot of guts to do that. So I think, and then the bouncer question, you just left it and you utilized that time in a question where you had more grip.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing. No wonder, now I understand how you scored 83. And again, a huge congrats to you, to your family. And I hope that you will continue scoring these marks in others. Are you qualified now?
Yeah, this was my
Oh
last
my
paper.
God. So you qualified with a 6er, eh?
Right, thanks.
Thank you so much for attending, taking out the time to share your views with your fellow students. I really appreciate that. And we, the Vifhe faculty, wish you all the very best for your professional career.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Fahad.
Okay, thank you very much, Fahad. Now, I want to invite Mukarrama. She's secured 71 marks. Please, if you can confirm, and can you hear me and unmute yourself? Yes, Mukarrama, please kindly unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum Assalam, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. So the marks, I would say that the credit mostly goes to you. I just literally followed your guidance, what you said that we need to do this, and I literally do the same thing and in the same pattern you told us. I guess the key to every subject is to read the book and then solve the kits, because the reading is like super necessary to I mean like solve the questions and understand the problems, every single thing. So you have always told us to make our notes separately, read the book, then do the kits. So I literally just followed your guidance, and thank you so much for this opportunity. And the credit literally goes to you, I would say.
Okay, few things I need to ask, Mukarrama. This was your first attempt of FM?
Yeah, this was my first attempt.
Okay, so scoring 71 in first attempt is really appreciable, and keeping in mind the theory that is tested in FM. So as you just mentioned, one thing, that is reading of the book helped you. Yeah, because the theory involvement is 50% in the paper. Just tell me how you did the time management. Were you able to complete the paper within time, and how much percentage approximately was theory and calculation in your paper?
Sir, my technique is to go for like section A and B for the first hour, and then section C, 2 hours for the section C, 1 question each hour. But most of the time I always have 20 minutes at the end of the paper for me to recheck the whole paper. I always recheck my whole paper. I always have the time to do this. What I do when I practice, I put the timer for 40 minutes and then I do the question on the practice platform. So most of the time I complete the question in 40 minutes. So I always have the time to recheck it like 20 minutes for each question. So when we are in the exams, the pressure is too much. So I take like 55 minutes to complete a single question, but I always have 15 to 20 minutes to recheck my whole exam. So it's like I've always done this from the first paper till now. So I think this has just helped me really well with time management.
Now, this really shows that you have done a lot of hard work, the practice, and that is why you had the time to check, because this requires practice, and the result is in front of you. The more you practice, the better you are. So congratulations once again, securing 71 marks. It's very nice, and best of luck for your future exams as well.
Thank you so much, sir. There's one more thing I would say, that your motivation, like you always push us to put more efforts. Is the session you conduct just to tell us that we need to put efforts in something which we need to gain was really helpful and it really impacted me. So thank you so much for this.
Thank you very much for the appreciation and best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so it's now time to move towards SBR, 77 marks. Over to you, Tashvita.
Yeah, hi. So I hope I'm audible. Megha, are you there? Can you unmute yourself, Megha? She's there in the session.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hi. How are you, Megha?
I'm good, ma'am.
So first of all,
How are
huge
you?
congratulations for 77 score. And I remember checking your mock and everything. So you were one of those bright students. But before I ask you about your preparation, just tell me a little about your background. Was it your first attempt? And are you a full-time student or a part-time student?
Okay, ma'am, I'm a full-time student. I'm also pursuing BCom along with ECCA.
Okay.
And this is my first attempt on SBR and also my first professional paper.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. So I would now ask you that what was your preparation strategy? Like there are multiple aspects to the preparation that you have done the standards first, or you first completed the syllabus and then you went to the kit, or have you just, completed the syllabus and the kit together, like simultaneously? So what was your strategy and when did you start your preparation? How much time you used to devote? So what was your preparation strategy?
Okay, ma'am, this is also my first time with Vifhe. My strategy always is to follow whatever the tutor says. It has always been that way. So I followed whatever you told, keeping with the deadlines, always attending the live classes. I only missed one because I had other something that I could not
Right.
foresee. And this syllabus I completed it on time before November 10th, as it was in our plan. And the kit, I usually am intimidated by the structure. As I told, this is my first professional paper, and having no objective questions was intimidating. So I used to do all the kit questions that were done along with the pre-recorded lectures, and the majority of the kit completion was done after the syllabus completion, actually.
Right. So it's not necessary that everyone should be banging their head on long questions, because sometimes it's difficult in professional exam to solve the kit question unless you're done with the chunk of syllabus, right? So it's okay that you do it at a later stage, maybe once you're done with 1 or 2 units of your syllabus.
Yes.
Right. So also you talked about the plan and everything. So being punctual, dedicated is again something that you have to be taking care of. Okay. So now what was your exam appearing strategy? Like the day you sat in the exam, what was your time management? Which section you started with? What helped you the most to complete your exam in time if you managed to do that?
Okay, ma'am. I did manage to complete it on time, although I left a few bits here and there, which was confusing to me. And all of my study years, my strategy has been to do whatever sequence the questions are in. So I did start with question one and progressed in the same order. And like just a student earlier mentioned, where I thought I was stuck, I knew I should not stay here anymore. So I continued and just came back to it at the end. If I thought if I had some time, I'd do it again, but I actually did not have the time left then. Yeah, that is how I did.
Right. So that's a great strategy where you just, solve the easy bits first and maybe you look at the harder bits later on if time allows. Also, I want to ask you about the time you've talked about, but what was your presentation method? Was it in bullet points or was it in short paragraphs, specifically for the questions where there were no professional marks?
Okay, it has always been in paragraphs. I haven't used bullet points. I'm actually not used to using that.
Right.
From all the homeworks and assignments I've submitted also, I used to practice writing short paragraphs only.
That's great. That's great. So it's always recommended that you do short paragraphs to all the students who are listening, and with proper headings. But if time is less and just leaving the thing blank, it's better that you write keywords maybe in bullet points. So that's the last resort sort of thing. Fine, Megha. So anything you want to tell your fellow students who are going to appear their exam in the upcoming session?
All the best, first of all. And it is only necessary to follow whatever ma'am is telling. I did read the study text once, which ma'am asked us to do only the test your understandings, and that was actually only necessary because I'm used to reading it always. I just read it, and the kit completion. Also, I was not very punctual, but at least I managed to meet all the deadlines. I think it is important to do that. um, Doing all the assignments on time, doing the homework, it all takes us a step forward to acing the SBR exam.
Right. So again, a big congratulations. I'm super proud of you. So all the best to you for your upcoming exams and of course the life beyond. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. And congratulations. Now, Harshi Shah is basically traveling, so she is not available. She secured 75 marks in APM, and once again in APM, getting such high marks is a big achievement. She wanted to join, but because traveling, she could not. So she requested to play in audio on her behalf. So we have recorded her audio. So admin team, please can you run this audio?
Our tutor Rizwan sir, thank Vifhe for the technique that we used to teach this course, Advanced Performance Management. Our tutor Rizwan sir has gone above and beyond his way to support all his students. I remember on the live recordings, he did a session for more than 3-4 hours, and truly it was very motivating, very supporting, which is very important for all of us students who are resitting such papers. Vifhe has a lovely technique which you can understand what the examiner wants. They've broken it down very well, very nicely for us to comprehend how to answer these questions, because for very long I was definitely incorrectly answering it. So thank you so much for all the support, and it has truly helped me overcome this, and now I am an affiliate. Thank you to Vifhe.
Okay, so this was her voice audio message, and once again, congratulations to her. It's now time to move towards PM. Hafsa, please, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, your voice is clear. Congratulations, Hafsa, securing 72 in performance management. PM always, again, remains a big challenge. So just share what key things you did to get these marks.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. And for a little background, I first attempted PM in June 22, but I couldn't pass it. I scored 49 in that. But obviously, when I messaged sir, he motivated me that don't give up and attempt it as soon as you can. So I knew I could do it. So I attempted in December 2022, and it was a success. So the only difference I can tell from means why I failed in June 22 and how I could score such high marks in December 22 was time management. it was only time management for me, because I completed the syllabus in June attempt as well and in December both. And like, sir, your each and every word is recorded in my register, because I have a habit to like note down in things in my register. So I have a whole register full, and it's only of your recorded lectures. So and for time, and in the June attempt, I actually did not take a mock, which was a huge mistake. And then I did not practice with spreadsheets much, because I think as students are shifting from the skills to the professional, they don't give spreadsheets much importance. And I was like, I could do it on the exam day, I will be able to do it, what's the big deal and all that. But I was not able to deal with it. So for the December 22 attempt, I attempted 2 mocks with Vifhe. And then I also practiced at least 15 to 20 questions on spreadsheet, because in June 22 attempt, I was stuck in section C. I could not attempt it at all. So, and in this session in December 22, I first attempted section C, because section C was a horror dream for me. So I said that I would first attempt section C, and I would just give it the time which it needs, and then I will move on. So I first solved section C, and then I went for section A and B. Because section A and B are much easier. So in the left time, I could just hurry up in that, and I could utilize my time. So yeah, so this is how it happened.
Okay, so the way you explained June and December was fantastic, because this is a learning actually, and this is what we always say to students, that if you have failed in this attempt, just learn from the mistakes as you did, and the next attempt you will pass. So the main thing that you mentioned here was mock and working on spreadsheets. Yeah, mock extremely important. And as you said yourself that in June you didn't appear for mock, and this time you did solve the mock.
I appeared for both of them. Yes, I did both of the mocks because I knew how important they are.
So you passed that mock?
Sir, yes. Yes, I did.
And how many marks you got in that mock, the first one?
In June 1 or December 1?
December.
December 1 in 70s. Yeah, in 70s or 80s. It was in 70s or 80s. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And second thing which you mentioned is the practice on spreadsheet that really worked for you. They've definitely at this PM level, students are coming from F1, 2, 3, 4. They need to make sure that they do practice on spreadsheet, because if this is the first time, so they may struggle. So once again, congratulations for this achievement, and wish you best of luck for the papers ahead.
Can I ask one question, please?
Yes, sir, sure.
Would you like to sell your register for $500?
I will not. I will keep it with me forever.
Okay. If you change your mind, message me privately.
Yes, because like if you will keep it against sir's lecture, like his each and every word is in my register, because I have a habit of making notes, and that register was with me in June attempt as well and in December attempt as well. I did not open the book, just for the chapters which he asked us to read. Just for those, I've opened the book.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Hafsa, for taking up the time. Best of luck.
Welcome.
Okay, moving towards Shubham, really scored high marks in ATX. That's fantastic, 84 marks. Yes, sir, Abir.
Shubham, first of all, big congratulations. 84 marks means you have exceeded than my previous record. Previously, highest marks was with me, 83. Now you took, mashallah, 84. So first of all, Shubham Madhan, I really want to ask, how did you manage to get such a great marks? Shubham, if
I'm audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible.
So first of all, thank you so much for your support to get me here. I was just supposed to only pass 50 to 55 marks, 60 marks, but your support get me 84 marks. Really, thank you so much. So the only thing which I need, which I want to say, that it's only practice. Do more and more question. Do more and more question from exam date.
So what were you doing for the theory part of ATX? Because in ATX, there are lots and lots of theory as well.
So my strategy was that firstly I need to study the study kit at least 2 to 3 times. That I learned all the provisions. Actually, sir, I am CA final student also.
Oh,
So the
great.
base of the taxation is very much clear to me. So I
Okay.
know that how to read the taxation subject.
That's
Like
great.
what are that like how to learn the provisions and what are the things. So it will be very helpful. It will be easier than that.
Okay. One more thing. Did you did you try to complete the Kaplan kit? Have you completed the kit or just
Almost completed. I'm not as said ki all complete, almost complete. Like from each section, at least I did 5 to 6 questions, 7 questions.
great?
And your classes will be very helpful for me. Very helpful.
Okay. Did you attend the
I took your classes prior to only 15 to 17 days, and I
that,
completed classes almost classes done within the 14 to 15 days. Just prior to 2 days of exam.
that's very great. It means if you had little bit more time, so marks would have been more than 84.
So this is only your support. Seriously.
So any message you want to give to your upcoming students, actually?
But just do practice. Firstly, learn all the provisions and just understand all the provisions firstly. Then do practice, more practice.
So Shubham, thank you very much. And Shubham, it was, I think, first attempt of Shubham. Am I right, Shubham?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was my first attempt.
That's great. Getting 84 marks in ATX in first attempt, that's a big achievement, no doubt about it. So I think this 22, that's a really good marks.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So now the list has ended. Congratulations to all these students. My personal experience is that when we interact with these students, so there are 3 to 4 things I need to emphasize here and want to give message to the upcoming student is about mocks. All these students are the one who must have attended mocks. Secondly, the live classes are really important. We always emphasize a lot that you must take live classes because that gives you the opportunity to interact with the tutor. And you need to understand this. There should be some difference between recorded and live sessions. So that's the difference. And third is the assignments. The assignments that we give students, they solve it. We check the assignments, give them the feedback. Again, that is learning. You need to build your confidence. At the end of the day, tutor will not be there to solve the examination. And that's a good thing, actually. I always say. So you have to go there, you have to appear. And for that, you need to build confidence. And the practice is something that will build the confidence. Now, let's move towards another very important segment for today's session. And this is a one where you can discuss your problems, the issues, the guidance, whatever you need. So this is your session. I would say we'll speak less. We'll just guide you. So now I want to open the floor for the students. There is a chat box. Please just check in your Zoom application. There is a chat box given. Just come to the chat box one by one. Just ask questions there. We'll try to answer all the questions because, again, taking all the questions may get difficult, but we'll try our best. Make sure you ask some serious questions, some serious issues you have, and we'll try to accommodate all the questions. So slowly, so that I can just see the questions one by one. Okay. Talha, you haven't mentioned the paper. I think the marks are 28, you mentioned, but I don't know which paper you're talking about. So please mention the paper. Moving towards Muhammad Ayaz has a question about SBL exam 44 and 48. Sir.
Come again.
44 and 48.
Oh, Ayaz, I'm so sorry to hear that, especially 48 marks. And it's actually very difficult to pinpoint what had gone wrong for 2 marks. So I actually don't know how to diagnose it. You will be the best judge. All I can say is that nothing much. I mean, you don't have to change your strategies. Just be focused and do not get demotivated. That's very important, because many students then they try to read the book and they do extra stuff. And maybe you can message me privately as well, and I will try to understand and guide you accordingly.
One more question, as well as about paper pattern.
All right. So SBL's paper pattern is about to change from September attempt. So there's just one attempt, June in between, and after that, the paper pattern will slightly change, or I don't know whether it's slightly or not. The thing is, they will publish the entire, not the entire, they will publish half the case study before the paper.
Okay. Just like Simon.
It's like pre-seen. So the half the case study will be published before the paper, like I think 2 weeks before the paper, so that all the students can be familiar with the background of the company and can digest all the data in 2 weeks. And then on the exam day, some extra exhibits will be provided. And then questions will be drafted out of those exhibits. So my personal opinion is this might make the paper slightly easier, because we actually know which industry or which kind of information is provided. But this can be a two-edged sword, because we are still blind what will be the new exhibits and what kind of question. So as is true with any kind of change, there is some risks, some uncertainty. So, don't worry about it. Right now, just focus on June and try to get rid of this animal. Otherwise, when we come to September, we will cross the bridge at that time.
Okay. There are two questions in relation to the paper combination, and because both the question includes AFM, so the student is asking whether he should go with AFM or AAA, and Jasmine is also asking about AFM or ATX. So because AFM is common, so let's move toward Papatia. What do you think about the paper combination in relation to these papers?
All right, so as far as optional papers are concerned, my personal suggestion is that you must consider 2 to 3 factors. The first one is that where you will land in your job life, like what will be your job role, or where do you want to end up? For example, if you are someone who wants to be an auditor or have a long career in audit side, they must go for AAA. If you want to turn up towards investment banking, mergers and acquisitions, that area, AFM is good. If you want to specialize in tax area in long term, go for ATX. The second important thing which matters is your qualification. You must qualify to get a good job or get progress in your job. So for that purpose, you must also consider the passing ratios and your comfort zone. For example, if you did well in AA, it is there are high chances that you will do good in AAA. For example, if you did well in PM, there are high chances that you will do good in APM. And likewise, if you did well in FM or TX, you will do well in ATX or AFM. So 2 things to summarize. First one, where you did well so that you qualify early. Number 2, where you want to end up in your career. So take decision on these 2 bases.
Very well said. And these are the very 2 important factors, because there are a lot of students who always ask about the paper combination. So as Sir Taha mentioned, the base paper is important, and secondly, where you want yourself to excel in your practical life. Danisha, the answer to APM practice is if you are taking classes with me, then portal is enough for you, because we have covered each and every past paper question. Else you can follow Kaplan Kit, that's fine. Musaffa, scored 46 in December. Now you are asking about the reattempt. Yes, Musafa, because I think you are not working. So you go with FM and TX in March because the tax rates will change after March. So I think if you are already taking classes of tax, so go with tax along with FM. You are very near. Unfortunately, you didn't pass, but I think if you just recap things in practice along with TX, so you will be able to pass both the papers in March. Just make sure that you study 4 to 5 hours for both the papers from tomorrow. And for any other guidance, you can WhatsApp me for FM. So I'll guide you what next you need to do. Triple A Fatima failed with 31 marks. 31 marks. Yes, Sir Ahmed, this is a difficult case.
Yes, indeed. Fatma, well, I need to figure it out whether you were on the ACCA's practice platform throughout the session. You need to get rid of the Microsoft Word. You need to get rid of the Microsoft Office altogether. Trust me on that. You are not supposed to use the Microsoft Word. If you want to ace the AAA exam, you got to make sure that you are typing each and every question on the ACCA's practice platform, because the practice platform will give you a huge boost. Secondly, I'm being aggressive over here. I'm telling you that you did not even score 5 out of 20 when it comes to the professional marks. So an average student, a dedicated average student, I'm not talking about the extraordinary students like the high achievers we have. An average, a dedicated normal student would score 15 out of 20 out of the, when it comes to the 20 professional skill mark. So you got to realize how to pursue the AAA exam. You're just supposed to read the exam requirements. Don't even check out what the engagement partner is, referring to. Just start with the format, come up with the first heading briefing notes, format, come up with the introductory paragraph by extracting everything from the exam requirement itself, come up with the first heading business risk, come up with the second heading, to draw the roadmap for yourself, and then go towards the email and the exhibit number 1. So there are a couple of things which I'm pretty sure that made you, such a sore loser. I would say 31 is not good enough. You got to work on your exam technique. You need to consider regaining the knowledge, and most importantly, the practice platform and the 20 professional skill marks. Both these things would create a success story for you on 6th March 2023. So stay aggressive. Yes, you can.
Okay, and I would recommend her if she can join the orientation as well. Obviously, we'll be discussing more things in relation to the paper technique. Okay, Shehzad, your question is not clear. I want people to ask complete questions because, it will waste our time. So make sure you ask complete questions in one go. So I'm skipping the questions which are not clear. Now, Talha, 28 in APM. Okay. Then 42, then 28. And I did complete exam and got passing marks in mock as well, which you're given. Okay, which means you were our student. 28 is really low marks. There could be multiple reasons. Maybe you haven't completed the paper. Maybe you were not well prepared or you didn't understood the questions. But you need to please WhatsApp me directly. I'll further ask few questions and then can guide you, Talha, in relation to what needs to be done next in relation to APM. Okay. Okay. I think how to check your score breakdown to know what part went. I think now examination, the exam team is giving a personal feedback to the students, if I'm not wrong. And you can even check the feedback, the areas where you did right or wrong. So I'm sure ACCA will email you, or you can use that portal where you can check your the paper feedback where you went wrong. So I think that will help you. Okay, so we have another question about double A. because I failed because of my distraction. So I don't know what distraction is, but Sir Ahmed, please, can you solve this distraction?
Yeah, I am pretty good at it. Well, my number is +92 345 5191 065, and trust me on that, we'll sort it out. No, I'm very serious.
Okay. SBL first time 43 marks, less left half of the last question, time management working full time. Yes, sir.
So generally people who score less than 45 indicates that there is some lack of technical knowledge. It may not be correct in your case, but that's a general trend I've seen, that anything in the range of 40 to 45 shows some technical deficiency. So this time, maybe you would like to do a little bit more on the topics, coupled with good amount of time-based practice, and inshallah, you'll be able to clear. You're almost there.
Okay. Hijaz, your question is, you have completed SBL and SBR now, so congratulations. Now you are confused whether you should go with APM. I think you should not go with APM for March because you have less time now, because for APM you need in-depth studies. So please, if you want to give APM, go give paper in June 23, okay, not in March. The time is less. Okay. Sir Ahmed, again, AAA student is asking, are 3 weeks sufficient if the student goes with self-study and the marks are 74 in, no, in SBR it's 74, yeah.
Okay, well, there's no doubt about it that when it comes to AAA, the SBR plays a very, very important role. No doubt about it. But having said that, well, the student needs to realize that the AAA has got the worst pass rate among all the ACC exams as of now. So, well, I would say that 3 weeks completely dedicated, because I'm assuming that he or she is not a full-time student at the moment. That's why 3 weeks. Otherwise, we have got 40, 45 days left in the final exam. So yeah, it's a 50-50 call, but well, I would say that, okay, fine. For the last few weeks, you are going to be a full-time student and a very dedicated one. But as of now, you should not completely waste the next 10, 15, 20 days we have. So you got to, think big, but start small, invest maybe a couple of hours per day, and then go for an extra mile when it comes to last 3 weeks. And yeah, you can do it.
Okay, so you can do it. Best of luck for that. Sir, Azhar Hussain has a question in relation to SBL. He is failing paper since 2 attempts and no clue from where to start now. Marks are 49 and 44.
Azhar, I think you need to get in touch with me because failing twice definitely shows that there is some deficiency in your preparation. If you can attend my SBL orientation class tomorrow, maybe we can able to figure out what needs to be done.
Okay. Ahmed Puntaz, another AA question. I think you can see the question. The student again gave AA twice and scored 45 and 48. So what should be the next attempt approach?
Okay, the first approach should be to attend the resit orientation session. We'll figure it out. What are the common reasons behind the failure? Secondly, one of the most important reasons behind the AA failure is majority students, they do not pay good enough respect to the section A of the exam. Unlike the other skill exam, we don't have 3 sections, we have two sections, and everyone out there is focused on audit risk, internal controls, and substantive procedures. Well, the section B. But if you want to ace the exam, you got to make sure that you actually solve the section A questions from both the kits we have available, the Kaplan and the BPP, and you got to solve them twice. And you should be absolutely clear why option A is not correct, why option B is correct, or what could have been changed within the option C, and that option could have been correct. So you have to be absolutely clear when it comes to section A. If you could score 24 out of 13 section A, you're already, you have already crossed the line.
Okay, Sayed Saad, as for FM, you got 48, so you are very near. I think you should reattempt in March and just cover everything the way you have done, practice more, and you are very near. So I'm sure in March 23 you will pass. Don't waste March attempt. Just reappear and give the paper in March. Sonia, this was your APM second attempt, and you are not able to pass. Now you are scoring below 50, that is more than 40. So I think the concepts are clear. It's about maybe time management you are lacking. This could be one of the reason, or one of the questions that you are doing where you're losing marks. Normally when you score above 40, so there is a very high chance that in one question you are struggling. So I think you just refocus on the areas that you think are weaker ones. Just focus more on that and just reappear in March 23 again, because most of the knowledge will be in your mind. For further guidance, you again can attempt you can attend the APM orientation session that will be held on Friday, where I will be guiding further in relation to APM, and you can even WhatsApp me. Similarly, 31 marks in APM, 31 is less, which means you are lacking in terms of the basic concepts. So you need to, I think if you are not working, then you appear for APM in March. Otherwise, hold it, give in June, take proper classes if you are not taking, and you can again attend the orientation session where I can further guide you. But if you're working, so I would say don't reappear in March 23. Now, is it a good idea to attempt AAA and SBR together? So Tashmita, please, if you can answer this question.
Which two combination are you talking about?
AAA and SBR.
Yeah, so of course, these two subjects I would say go together like bread and butter. And you should always go for them because there is an overlap of around 20 to 30%. So whatever you study in SBR is as it is used in AAA when you're developing those audit procedures and everything. So of course, it's good to go for them.
Okay. Now, the next question is in relation to AA and FM. So the student is asking that should the students appear in SBL in March 23? I think the student should not, because you need to pass your FM and AA. So please just make sure that you reattempt these papers. And yeah, as for the mocks, yeah, you must solve the mocks. You should solve the mocks. Just contact us again. For AA, you can contact Ahmed Mumtaz. For FM, you can contact me. But for FM, I can give you a quick idea that you're very near once again, which means you are doing some silly mistake. Maybe you need to make yourself strong in OT section A or section B. This is, I think you're struggling. So just focus on section A and B, especially 4 to 5 OTs in section A comes from topics like economic environment, financial management function. Those are the areas where people are leaking marks. So make sure you do cover those topics, and you can even read those topics from the book as well. Any change in SBR? Yes, Tashwita, any change in SBR?
Not as of now, just the current issues are updated. So that was done in September last year. So in September 2023, there will be changes. So of course, we'll talk about that once that session is there. So there will be changes in the way they ask the question.
Okay. Yes, sir, Hassan. Mohammed Ahmed is asking.
So Ahmed is asking that since the SBL paper is changing in September, should we give in June or should we wait for September? Interesting. My suggestion would be that if you have already given SBL before, and if this is not your first attempt, then I think you should not wait. You should continue with the momentum and give in June. And also, any change in the paper pattern brings some risks and uncertainty. So we actually don't know what will be the outcome. So I would not take the risk of waiting for something new to happen. So I think you should focus on June and try to get rid of it before things starts changing in SBL. I mean, it can become good or it can become worse. We really don't know.
Okay. Now, Anusha is asking, Anusha failed AA at 39 and she has started studying for FR. So who would like to answer this one? Ahmed or Tashwita? Student was not able to pass AA and the marks are 39. So should she go with AA or FR or both?
Well, it depends if, considering we are done with the, half the session, and if she's done with the half of the FR, she should continue with the FR. But if she's not, doing great when it comes to FR, she was, most of the time thinking about the AA. So considering the fact that she's already, more or less or like 70-80% prepared for the AA, it's better to, resume AA and ace the paper on Monday, 6th March.
Okay, and one more question, Ahmed, for you is student Jazeb Khan is asking that his weak areas are internal government audit evidence. So how to improve in those areas?
Well, there are 3 major areas in the AA, and those 3 major areas would make up around 60% of the total mark. And out of those 3, you are having problem in 2. Well, Jandeep, I would seriously suggest you to join the resit batch. We have got orientation of AAA tomorrow and AA day after tomorrow. You got to join that, at least join the orientation session. You'll figure it out.
Okay. Sir N. Ali is asking about SBL. The question is that if twice 41, 46, should he go with SBL or SBR in March?
I think again 41 and 46 suggest there is lacking in the knowledge. I would say that you should give one more try for SBL because the paper is going to change from September. So you'll be back to square one, taking new risks. So since June is the last attempt with the existing format and you have already given 2 times, I think you should focus on June for SBL. And then we can decide later on. Hopefully, you will clear the paper in June.
Okay. Deborah, you failed PM 5 times. And the marks are between 40 and 48. So it's really interesting for me because, continuously not being able to pass means there is a serious lackness that you need to cover up. So I would want you to please WhatsApp me personally. And there are a few things I need to ask you before we can plan what to do next. But I'm sure let's wait. Let's not give in March 23. Let's discuss and maybe plan for June 23. Similarly, another question is related to PM, 4th attempt. So same answer. You also contact me, please. And then we'll decide whether March or June, but I would say let's go with June and let's plan how to improve the areas. Okay. We have a question for AFM, cleared ATX and secured 49 in AFM. Okay, so the question is whether it is possible to attempt SBL and AFM together in March, a full-time student. AFM 49
SBL and AFM?
together.
Well, if you're a full-time student and if you have got a strong, past track of passing papers, then yes, although it would be a high-risk strategy because the techniques involved in both these papers are completely different. So it's not about the knowledge. I'm sure a full-time student can study both the theory of both the subjects, but it's about the techniques which kinds of contradicts each other. So if you can break it up and give it separately, that would be advisable. Otherwise, if you are confident, then I think you can do it.
Okay, what do you think, Taha? What will be your advice for AFM because the student secured 49?
All right, so student is just near the clearing mark. So I believe there are no significant issues and he just needs to stay focused. Probably it is a bad luck for him. Just redo everything that he did previously. The strategy will work out and just put a little bit extra effort in solving the exam questions.
Okay, okay. Elizabeth wants to ask, please, can you give me a summary of how you passed AAA? So you are asking Sir Ahmed how he passed AAA, I think. I thought I was good. I wrote the exam first. Sir Ahmed, how you passed AAA?
Oh, well, I passed my AAA ages ago, back in 2012. Yeah, don't try to guess my age. I'm still in my teenage. Okay. Secondly, and more importantly, you won't believe, ma'am, the Shweta has already mentioned that there are 20 to 30 marks relevant to SBR. We used to call it P2 back then. Well, to be very honest, when I passed my AAA, I focused more on the accounting standards and less on the auditing itself. That's it.
Okay.
And that's what I do even when I teach AAA.
This means your accounting standards should be good, right?
Yeah. Right after SBR, or maybe for pretty decent students, along with the SBR, AAA is a very good paper right after SBR.
Okay. Now, Sir Abil, I need to ask one question in relation to ATX, and there are three students asking different questions. I'll just sum up those. Yeah, first of all, Vifhe is offering ATX in English language. Secondly, ATX, Jasmine is asking still time to pass ATX on March. So the question is, she should go with March ATX or June. And my one question I want to ask you is, what about the changes in ATX in relation to professional marks? Because in APM, AFM, and AAA, the professional marks are there. So what about ATX?
Yes, in ATX, changes are also coming. Professional marks are coming from the June attempts onward.
Okay.
From June 23. So March is the same. But from June onwards, when it comes to Jasmine, it all depends on how much time you can study. If she can spare around 2 hours every day, but on Saturday, Sunday, she has to accelerate. If she can manage to go for around 4 hours on Saturday, Sunday, then it is doable. So it's all about the time. If she can give around 2 hours every day, but on Saturday, Sunday, she has to give around 4 hours.
Okay, and on her behalf, I need to ask one more question. That do you think the paper, it's better to attempt in March, or let's wait for the changes to happen and attempt in June? I'm talking about the professional marks. What do you think, the paper would become easier, difficult? What is your input in that?
My input for professional marks, normally professional marks, they are going to make it passing rate little bit higher. On the high, it will go on a higher side.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and this is what we have seen in the other papers as well. Okay. Ashwita, student is asking, the name is not clear. SBR for March 23, possible now?
Yes, of course, it is possible. So we'll be conducting orientation for the students who are going to start this week. So we have made a proper plan for you guys. that how you're going to complete the syllabus in the remaining days, putting in around 2 to 3 hours every day. So that's the maximum I require for the remaining days.
Okay, for TX, we are offering for March, and that is in Urdu language only for TX, okay?
Sir, it's midnight in my part of the world.
Yeah, I know, because you live in Islamabad, you know, so
Midnight?
yeah, he lives in Islamabad.
So it's midnight?
Yeah, everyone sleeps around.
Yeah,
Are
it's
you
freezing cold as well.
are you Cinderella?
It's freezing cold as well.
Okay. Okay. So, Sir Ahmed, please, you repeat your number. You can just type your number.
I will. Okay.
Okay. One more question from Mohammed Adil in relation to AFM. He was not able to attempt 20 marks and got 43. So this is you have the answer yourself. Yes, Taha.
Yes, the answer is obvious that time management is the main issue. Now you have to do some past papers and note down time. Do the past papers in real exam conditions, note down your time. You are probably not able to manage entire paper within the allocated time. So if you do a couple of past papers and if you try to pace up, try to build some pace, you will be easily able to pass the exam, because effectively you have secured 43 out of 80. So now if you attempt 20 more, you just need 7 marks. So focus on time management, do a lot of past papers.
Okay, thank you very much, Taha, for your input. Now, the list of questions is increasing, but as you know, it's time limitation, and already it's midnight in Islamabad as well. So now I want everybody to join the respective papers orientations, because this is a general session that we conduct always, and it's good actually to see that students are interested in asking a lot of questions. Really sorry, due to time limitation, we cannot answer all the questions. So I want you all to be part of the paper-based orientations. I will just share the timetable with you. First of all, I need to announce the batch that we are offering now. That is all the students who want to reset. Now, this is one thing I need to make a bit clear. It depends on paper to paper. You can discuss with your respective tutors, but if you were not able to pass in December, so I think reset is for you people. Now, what is a reset batch? I need to explain this in a bit detail. Reset batch is a one in which the content is 100% available to you people. We will be giving you a planner. So we will give you a plan for maybe 30-35 days plan. You need to cover topics within that time frame. Plus, you will have the access to the live classes that have already been held and the remaining that will be, so you can take those live classes as well. So Reset is a complete course, I would say, is a fast track course sort of a thing. You need to cover the topics, and in that, it's not compulsory to cover each and everything. Areas that you feel are weaker for you, you watch those recorded content, and live classes will be there. So that's the best thing. Plus, it will include mocks, which is very important. Always mocks, giving mocks, getting the confidence is very important. So we do check the mock, we give you the feedback. So mocks are part of this Reset course. So those students who wants to reappear, Reset is for you people. We are giving 30% flat off on one paper. If you go with 2 papers, so it's 40%. And if you go with 3 papers, you will get 50% discount. Those who feel that we don't need the complete batch, entire content, so the revision course is for you people, we'll be starting revision course. Sorry, it's 5th February, not January. It's 5th Feb 2023. So it's a revision course, except for SBL. All the other papers revision course is a recorded one. There are key areas in the revision session, but mocks are also part of the revision course. For SBL, it's a different type of a course that is completely live, right? That's completely live, around 10, 12, 15 days live sessions. So you can even join the revision course if you feel like that you have the basic knowledge in your mind. Now, this is important to note down the orientation timetable. You can see here, we have mentioned separately. So 17th of Jan, there are 4 orientations of Ahmed Mumtaz, AAA, Munish Shafi, AAA, Hassan Dosani, SBL, and ATX. 18th, we have Hamis Bilal, TX Urdu, Ahmed Mumtaz AA, myself, PM, FM, and a PM is on 20th, followed by Ali Amanullah, Tashfita Taha, for the orientation of FR and SBR and AFM. So please just note down the timings and the date. We will also just give you all this information on different WhatsApp groups, and you can be part of this orientation. Now, the way you were asking questions, so I will encourage you people to be part of these specific sessions so that you can ask maximum questions. The tutor will be there, they will share their experience, and I think you should be part of this session. So these are the details for the registration. You can visit our website, it's vifhe.com. You can visit our social media pages, or you can call or message us on our customer support number. You can even email us at support@vifhe.com. So I want to thank you for sparing the time, all the students, the entire faculty who were part of the session. And I really like this time the way people were interacting and asking questions. So please make sure you do attend the orientations. Now I'm handing over to Sir Hassan for the closing.
Right, guys. I would just like to emphasize that in the limited time available now, what I have seen is what mistakes students do with online education is that they rely on recorded lectures. So they enroll early, but because of their work commitments or personal commitments, they don't really put in the required time on a daily basis. And in the last couple of weeks, they start looking at the recorded lectures. I would like to identify 2 major weaknesses here, which you should try and come over it. Number 1 is that you must try and attend the live classes. So recorded lectures you can watch during your own convenience during the week, but you must make it a point to attend the live classes so that you can interact, ask questions, you can learn from the questions of other students. That's very important. And secondly, the second biggest gap is assignments. I have noticed that a lot of students, they don't submit their assignments. Only 10% students submit their assignment. So please, if you want to do something differently this time, so 2 things: try to attend the live classes religiously, and try to do as much assignments as possible. And inshallah, you will see the difference and you will pass this time.
Thank you very much. Best of luck for the papers. You can take care.
All right, guys. Thank you. Good night. Bye.